to the state of New Mexico in the high desert city of Albuquerque. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go here in Albuquerque. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out comes for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
All right, I know it's something that every team says every season, but they genuinely believe that this is their year, and having him at quarterback is a big part of that. They think he's poised for a huge season and can really be the type of player that brings out the best of each weapon that they have on this offense. Behind that type of performance, their goals are high. They envision a lot of wins and finishing among the league's best on their side of the ball.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. McKinney. And ultimately this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch, and the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished, points on the board.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Take it at the 37. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And over 1st and 10. Back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Up the middle they go. It's McKinney, and he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They go play action here on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Baker. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. To convert there on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
He's got it complete to Kadeem Carey. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. A shotgun snap for Smith. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Smith. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a poor one, especially given the new rules. They're going to be backed up deep to start this drive. Set to trot out there now. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 3-3, a tight one after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. The slot man in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he is going to have down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 1. Now a give, right side. Baker. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run on first down. It's McKinney. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. This is 2nd and 8. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw here.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the interception, here's Smith. He finds his man, complete. That's Reeves. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Smith. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
A give up the middle to Tomlinson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Now it's Smith. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 8, maybe 9. But they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And
anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Eluding the pressure right. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. To throw is Smith. And the pressure will bring him down here. Home for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
From the gun, they give to Tomlinson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That one's complete to Tomlinson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
This is taken at the 23.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Back to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here comes down as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Here's Smith. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And
extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. He's going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. And halftime report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first,
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this mark.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. So in now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He finds his man complete. It's Snyder. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a poor one, especially given the new rules. They're going to deep to start this drive. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw again.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McKinney. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
And their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Smith now to throw. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good field position. Come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll look to throw again.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
He finds his man, complete. That's Reeves. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith.
Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
3rd and 4.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Smith. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McKinney. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching back now here on
3rd down and 13.
But they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Going for the deep ball.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take for the Arizona touchdown from 13 yards out.
And the Cardinals needed a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Now Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Snyder. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. And on now is the punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at the 20. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7.
And the football back in the hands of the Cardinals.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Throwing is Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cross. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Smith. Drops this off to Tomlinson, complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. Take over with excellent field position. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit.
And he's got room. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Now a handoff up the middle. McKinney, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. The football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allow him to run with him stride for stride. Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Yeah, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now 3rd down and very long. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. All eyes on. Down by 7. Less than 90 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they get up on it quickly and spike it with just a little over 50 seconds to go.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10.
He's back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll spike it here at 27 seconds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He'll look to throw.
Down the left sideline.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point attempt to come here. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Holding offense.
So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Here's 1st down. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Holding. Offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there in overtime. And even 50 yards. They picked up a first down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a third down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Here's Smith. He finds his man, complete. It's Snyder. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Smith. He finds his man, complete. That's Reeves. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They snap it to Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll go up the gut with Tomlinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. This will be caught at about the 6. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Smith. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Albuquerque, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, They go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here in Gauden, saying so long, everybody.